Hey guys, this is Eric with Muscle Cars with Eric coming at you today for another episode of What's in Your Garage. Today we're featuring a 2004 Mustang Cobra SVT pushing 1,000 horsepower. Yep, you heard it right. 1,000 horsepower 2004 Mustang SVT. Only here on Muscle Cars with Eric. Stick around for more. Here we go, and here's my buddy David. David, how are you, man?
How you doing, Eric?
I'm doing great, bud. Great. Thanks again for having me out here today.
Not a problem, buddy.
I appreciate it. And you and I met a few years ago at one of the cars and coffee events, didn't we?
Oh, we actually met longer than that.
Oh, was it really?
Yep. The last time we seen each other was at Cars and Coffee up at Gateway.
Okay. Yeah, well, forgive me for that.
That's
you know,
all right.
we talk about getting old and you forget stuff,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So this is redo for the microphones. But anyhow, we talked, you connected with me a couple weeks ago and said that you appreciate the videos that I shoot because it makes you feel like you're there.
Yep.
And you've had some health challenges and whatnot the last couple of years. So I do appreciate you watching my channel, you know, Muscle Cars with Eric. And so that's what prompted us to get together with this because it's been too long. So you've got, it's a 2004
Mustang Cobra.
Okay, and you've got this thing all tricked out, ready to tear up the pavement and whatnot. We'll get to that stuff in a second here. But of course the episode is what's in your garage, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, the car's in the garage, but in order for us to do the video, we have to pull it out of the garage. So that means we have to do a cold start video. Is that we have the opportunity to do that?
Yes, sir.
I appreciate that, man. All right, so we're going to let this thing get taken here in a second. Cold start video coming up. Don't go away. Go ahead, back around. So David, as you know, I refer to the engine as a diamond in the setting.
Yes, sir.
And this car here definitely has a diamond in the setting on this engine. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the engine and how it came to being and what kind of horsepower and torque? Everybody who watches my channel loves those numbers, right? So let's give it to them.
Well, horsepower on this, it made just shy of 1,000 and around 900 in torque.
That was on dyno numbers?
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was actually done on a hub dyno.
Okay, what's a hub dyno?
A hub
Just the
dyno.
manufacturer?
No, a hub dyno is a dyno where the wheels aren't on rollers.
Okay.
They take the wheels off and it bolt it to the dyno.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's direct drive. There's no it's
Lag with the
lag
rubber
on
and the rollers
and the rollers. It's an exact, accurate.
Wow. Now, was that dyno setting, was that dyno test done here in the Phoenix Valley?
Yes, sir.
Whereabouts?
Outlaw Race Engines.
Okay, very cool. Oh, yeah, you're nice. So they built the car, built the engine?
They did all the machine work on the engine.
Nice, and then you did everything else with it.
I built the motor, and then I didn't have a lift because it had to go in from the bottom.
Okay.
So they put it in at their shop.
Okay, very cool. So now talk to us about it. I love the fact that it's polished aluminum, polished stainless, mostly aluminum, isn't it?
Yeah, valve covers, everything, supercharger.
Very
all
cool.
aluminum.
No chrome, dizzle, dazzle, whatnot.
Nope.
And this engine is designed to be beat upon, isn't it?
I built it to be a driver, but I also built it to be fun.
Wow. Well, it sounds fun. And 1,000 horsepower, and you said about 900 pound-feet of torque?
Yes.
That's some serious fun. All right. So talk to us about it. What's going on with this thing here?
Well, what I did, starting from the bottom, I put a 5.0 stroker crank from MMR Motors.
Okay.
MMR Race Engines. With that, you can use the factory rods.
Okay.
I have I-beam rods in it. Wiseco 30 over pistons. Because what happened was I melted the motor. That's why I rebuilt it. I had an injector, a couple injectors seize up on me, and it melted the cylinders.
That's never good.
Nah, so I had to rebuild it. So I rebuilt the bottom. That's what I have done to the bottom end.
Bottom, okay.
The heads were also machined because I took it to one machinist and I said to him, hey, I got a set of 2004 Mustang Cobra heads. Have you ever worked on a pair? And when I get an answer, no, but I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah, no.
I kind of said no.
Yeah,
so I called a friend of mine, Chris Yeats, down in Florida, and I said, you know someone I could send these heads to?
Right, and that's these right here.
Yep. And I said, and he said to me, I got a friend named Bill Wallace. He's the best.
Okay. I'm gonna work my way around you over here. Stay there. Wait, let's look at this. Run your car, not your mouth. Ha! Anyhow, go ahead with Bill Wallace. That's classic, dude.
So Bill did the, I called Outlaw. Bill said, yeah, I could do the heads, no problem.
Okay.
Bring them over. Bill did the heads. And I will tell you about Outlaw. These guys not only build race engines, but they actually race themselves.
Okay.
So they know what they're dealing with, what they're messing with.
Right, that's cool.
You could go down there and get anything done, buy parts. They're also a parts store.
No kidding.
And these guys will help you.
And they're here in Arizona.
Right here in Arizona on Flower Street.
Outlaw Race Engines. Okay.
Outlaw Race Engines.
Okay. All right. So now this is a supercharger, right?
Yep. That I sent out to, I was going to put a VMP.
That's actually Ford, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the factory Ford supercharger.
I'll be damned. How much pressure? How much is it pressure we're talking about?
Boost?
Boost? Thanks. Yeah, boost. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pushing about 21 pounds of boost.
Oh, cool. Damn. That's a significant amount of boost. Now, what is this here?
That is the Supercharger intercooler coolant tank.
Okay. So is it regular coolant? Is it you're running water, distilled water?
No,
how does that work?
Actually, you put coolant in it, but I got from Outlaw, I got a Supercharger coolant.
Okay.
That they sell down there.
Okay.
So it's a coolant made especially for superchargers.
Okay, very cool. And this is a regular radiator reservoir?
Yep, this is the regular radiator reservoir.
Okay, and that's the fuel tank, right? For the reservoir.
Yeah, that's the fill right there.
Okay, all right. All right. Now what's this here? What's that right there?
Right here, that's power steering.
Okay, all right, very cool. And then your brake assembly, brake boost, and brake reservoirs back there. Is that a fuse box underneath the Cobra?
Yep, that's a fuse box. And then I also put on this car, I put hydraulic brakes. So that is the hydraulic brake.
Oh, okay.
Reservoir right there.
Gotcha.
I mean, not hydraulic brakes, hydraulic clutch.
Oh, okay, very good.
That is the hydraulic clutch.
Much
reservoir.
nicer. This thing is just a riot, man. I think it's so cool looking at. Oh my word. 900 torque, approximately 1,000 horsepower.
Yep.
All right, gearheads, get you some of that, man. Check it out. We're going to take this little bugger for a ride here shortly. Or maybe I'm going to drive it. You never can tell.
Plus, I don't know. Well, there's also one thing a lot of people don't know about this car.
What's that?
This car is a one-of-a-kind car for a stupid thing.
Radio.
And it's right in front of you.
All right, so we have a little addendum here, because after I wrapped up that shot, Dave said, hey man, let's talk about the Supercharger. So, talk about the Supercharger.
Well, I was going to put a Whipple or a VMP Supercharger.
Okay.
And everybody's like, the Ford looks much better. So I was calling around. I got a hold of Bob Stegmeyer, Dyno Bob Stegmeyer Supercharger.
Okay.
Said, what do you got going on with superchargers nowadays? Bob says, I'm building hybrids. I said, what exactly is a hybrid, Bob? I said, it's an M12 casing with M22 insides.
What is that? I know the nomenclature means different models and whatnot.
Yeah.
So what does that mean to the average viewer, and also to me? I don't know those.
The M22 is the newer superchargers that they put on like the 2005 GT500s.
Okay.
And basically what they do is pull it apart, take the insides of that 22, put it in here, and helps build up a little more boost in there.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
And it's
well, what makes a difference of it in this case here? Is it a smaller case, bigger case? How does it?
This case is a little small.
All right, so you have a higher likelihood of higher air pressure sooner than later.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Because a fire triangle: fuel, air, and spark.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Speaking of spark, are you running any kind of special high-end spark plugs?
I am running regular
Motorcraft?
no
Champion?
no, it starts with an N.
I forget.
I got a
I know what you're talking about though, but yeah.
I got a
Yeah.
thing in there.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out later. All right.
Yeah, I'm running regular plugs.
Okay.
Regular copper plugs set at 23 on the gap.
Now, what about your fuel? Are you having to run? You said you run E85?
Yeah.
Okay.
The car was, when they dynoed it, I needed about 98 octane in the car.
Okay, that's expensive.
So when they dynoed it, they put 91 with a bunch of additives.
Right.
The additive's about 20 bucks a can.
Okay.
So I said to them, when can I put E85 in it? Or any of the E's in it? They said, once it's broke in, you can put the E in it. I said, okay, I'm running, and another thing I didn't tell you, I'm running a flex fuel system on this car.
Okay.
So I could put anything in it.
Oh, no kidding.
I could put
So now, do you tell your brain, the computer, what you're running in it? Like, do you program that information in there?
this box right here, right back here.
Right there?
ProFlex box.
Yeah.
What this does, it's got a line that runs into the fuel line back there, and it reads the amount of alcohol in the fuel.
No kidding.
And what it will do is it'll program.
That's what that is right there?
Yep.
Okay.
And it will program the injectors on its own, because it's got to plug in all the injectors on the amount of fuel to put to the car so it don't lean out.
No kidding. That's pretty creative. That's pretty smart too. Wow.
And when
now,
we fire it up again, I'll show you how it works.
Okay, that sounds cool. We'll fire that sucker up here in a little bit. All right, so we're going to wrap up the engine. Anything else you want to add to it?
As far as fuel, I'm running number 10 fuel line from the back to the regulator over there. Number 8 into the fuel rails. Number 6 returns.
Okay, that sounds cool. All right. Well, you're learning more and more about this beast. That's cool stuff. Stick around for more only here on Muscle Cars with Eric. All right, David, so thanks for the tour of the engine. Now let's talk about this car. I mean, the paint has got this sparkly effect to it. Is that stock paint for this car, or did you have it repainted?
It is the stock color, but I wanted to do something a little different.
Yeah?
I wanted to take this car to car shows, and I wanted to do something that stepped out.
Okay. Well, let's take a look here. So talk to me about the step it out, as you refer to.
Well, what they ended up doing is they put a little bit of metallic, orange and gold metallic in the paint.
Okay, so then this car was repainted.
Yep.
With a stock color.
Yep.
But they added the orange and gold. Very cool. Is that what you said, right?
Yep.
This is cool. Look at that. So pretty. It does pop, man. I mean, she looks absolutely gorgeous. Now talk to me about, you're running some Mickey Thompson tires there?
Yes, sir.
And then are those, Cobra, drilled and slotted rotors and the calipers.
Yep.
And that's race star wheels?
Yes, sir.
Why you chose them?
Well, I wanted to originally, I have an extra set of the SVT wheels.
Okay.
That came on this car.
That's a staggered size, right?
Yeah, I had a 10-inch for the back, and I had the 9s for the front.
Okay.
I was trying to find someone to narrow it so I could put the smaller tire on.
I see, okay, okay.
And again, I was down at Outlaw, and Brent, one of the guys down there, said, I have a set of wheels for you. They look exactly like the factory Cobra wheels.
No kidding. That's cool. Good for you.
So I said, get them for me.
Rock and roll, right?
Yep. So.
Oh, I like the shorter antenna.
Yep.
And I'm sure they handle really well. Because we're going to get the back there. You have drag radials back there.
Yes.
We'll get that in a second here. Nice Cobra badging. This car is really, really clean. And of course, it's a drop top, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, life doesn't get much better than a convertible here in Arizona. Do you often drive with the top down?
I used to drive with the top down because the top from the car sitting 7 years while I redid it.
Yeah.
The top kind of got a little,
I see, okay.
little faded and stuff. So I drove with the top down. Matter of fact, I have a piece in the garage I bought for this car.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was a top cover, factory top cover that came on this car.
Is this a new cover?
This is a new top.
I mean, new top?
Yeah.
Okay. It looks new.
Just put on a couple weeks ago.
Oh, no kidding?
Yes, sir.
Sweet, dude. Now, what do we got back here? These are big boys, aren't they? These are the drag radials, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's take a look here. Let me do something. So how wide are these tires?
I think they're 9.5 inches wide.
And that's a pretty sweet looking tread. And again, the drag radials, so they are street legal, of course. And Mickey Thompson. All right, so now we wrapped up about the tires there, and I see you done blackout, which I like. That's really cool. Now, anything special about the exhaust?
I have American Racing headers. They're American Racing is in New York.
Okay.
They build all their headers. They don't keep them in stock. So if you order from them, it takes about 5 months to get them,
okay.
because they build them as they order.
Wow. What size exhaust?
It's all 2.5 inch Bassani catback.
Okay.
And American Racing
Headers, you said.
headers and X pipe, because the headers bolt right to the X pipe.
Gotcha. And all I want you to do is set the camera right there in the middle of the road, facing this way. Set right in the middle of the road, facing this way. Hey guys, thanks for watching that last video. I hand selected a couple videos for you to watch right now. Click here.